Hello everybody, one more time to Monthly Brush Club. I am Marina and I'm here to show you which ones are the new brushes for this October month. In the main set you have included 50 brushes, 3 color palettes and 3 texture papers. All the brushes are divided into 10 different groups, being the original, the main brush that you can use to draw any elements within your illustration. And you can see the original texture, the difference between them. It is the weight of the edges, the smoothness, and also the textures. The next group are the wash brushes. We have 6 of them. They try to imitate the traditional wash techniques in watercolor. They are very light and also they are great to cover big surfaces. They are normally quite watery, so you can blend them very well. The next group are 3 flat brushes that they give you the feeling of using a flat paintbrush. You also have a calligraphy brush to draw some lettering. Then we have 3 liners that they are great to add some detail in the illustration. They are quite thin and also they are less liquid than the other brushes. And finally, before we go into the other type of brushes, we have the subtle brushes that they're normally quite soft and they're great to add in some shadows or light or change colors in your illustrations. The next group are the salty brushes, and as the name says, they try to imitate the technique of putting salt into watercolor. They're great to add in texture to some of your illustrations. In the next section, we have 3 watercolor flicks. As you can see, we have the thin one or normal, as the name says, just add flick to your illustration. We have the large version of it and also the single one that just adds some single flicks. Then we have 10 watercolor stamps. As the name says, they're watercolor stamps. They can add some stains to your drawing, adding some textures. All of them, they're different. The next ones, they're the watercolor blotch. They look very similar to the stamps, but they're not, because you need to keep pressing and they will add different stains of watercolors in different colors to fill it up your background very, very quickly. You have 10 different of them and they are very fun to play with to create different backgrounds. The final brush, it is the smudged brush that, as you can see, the aim is to blend colors. However, if you want to get the best result, make sure that you use it into the smudge tool. The palette colors that you have included are the watercolor, neutrals, and vibrant. You also have included 3 texture papers. When you open them, you will see that there are some nice texture to your illustration, imitating a more realistic watercolor effect. You have the texture at the top and make sure that you draw underneath it. In the taster set, you have a combination of one of each groups from the main set, having the original and the main brush, and one of my favorite blotch ones as well. You also will have included the vibrant color palette in it. Before you go, make sure that you check as well some of the tutorials about how to create those simple illustrations very easily. So that's everything for this month. I hope you enjoy the watercolor brushes. Please let me know what you think and tag me if you use them in your illustrations. And see you next month. Bye bye.